lot too of just trying to battle them. You know, like we're skinny but we're strong too, so we use that to our advantage. But
and they play really, really hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that makes up for a lot of, whether it's size or whatever, but those two played their tails off.
Yes.
Coach, in the fourth, Chicago gets back in it with a run, but defensively they went to a bit of a zone quite a bit. Teams around the league and in basketball are using zone more often. Why does that present so much of a problem to offenses around the world?
Well, I think, you know, it's just a chess move of trying to get the other team to hiccup a little bit, right? And just try to, they're doing something, you know, you just kind of try to get you out of rhythm. And, you know, they were just trying to mix it up, get back in. It was a good call. We looked a little disoriented the first couple times, and then, you know, they had to get out of it. But I think that's why teams are doing it. You know, it's not a bad idea.
Coach, you mentioned De'Arcus steals, which he also had the 8 assists. I'm wondering, did you guys sort of make it an emphasis to run more of the half-court through her, or was it just how the ball sort of landed?
That's a lot of our system goes through her, kind of in that middle spot. But 8 assists, again, 8 assists and 6 steals, that doesn't usually come from your center, right? But that speaks to her talent and her understanding of what we're trying to do. She's a really smart player. So, you know, I don't think those are, you know, out of this world numbers to where she couldn't do it again in how we play.
Lynn, this is for you, but Azuree or Kelsey, you guys can weigh in too. That stretch in the third quarter, when you guys basically took command of the game, is that the blueprint? Is that what Sparks basketball should look like?
Yeah, I think what we're trying to figure out and really be consistent with is the ball's moving, players are moving. We're not taking forced shots, we're hitting the open shooter, and I think that's what you saw. The ball's moving, and you know, KP did a tremendous job. How many assists did she have? 8, you know. She gets so much attention, there's so much pressure on her. She's getting, you know, the defense is physical, but she did a great job today finding the open man. And that's, you know, if we continue to do that, then what are you going to do defensively? You know, if they're not going to help onto her, then she can score 50.
I like how you said that.
Just trying to be like the young folk.
Fred Swanson's here with the Sporting Tribune. Azuree, just looking at your game today, you were just kind of lights out there, and just adjusting to a new, you know, coaching staff and, you know, a new player like KP. How easy does KP kind of make the game look for you?
Yeah, I think just it's been great playing with her. Me and her have really connected just on the cutting. She always finds me at the right time, and it's just my job to knock in the shot. So I'm happy that I get to play with someone like that, where all I have to do is make the shots. But I just think the system is really good for us. It spreads teams out, and when you're a good shooter, like, you can kind of get what you want. They're going to start coming out, and then it's almost a free lane to the basket. So I just love the spacing, and when we run our stuff right, it's really easy to score.
KP, you play with reckless abandon. You frequently drive to the hole. You don't shy away from contact. Today you took a shot to the face. Shrug that off. I'm curious, where does your toughness come from?
Yeah, I gotta finish better at the rim. I know you didn't ask that, but jeez, like smoky out there. And I think, you know, my family, my dad's a football player, my brother played football growing up, my sisters are the 2 toughest human beings that I've ever met. So maybe being bullied as a kid just kind of gives you that resilience. But I mean, I like to compete. I want to play. I want to win so bad. I hate losing. It makes me sick. And so just whatever this team needs. And, you know, fortunately I've had a journey, and I've learned a lot throughout my journey. And I've had to develop a lot of other skills besides scoring. So a level of toughness mentally, you know, that'll come through for you in this league.
Congrats on this first home win of the season, but how do you turn the page to Tuesday and try to get another one?
Yeah, we got no choice. It's coming. And so it's like I said before the game, win or lose, we got to wake up tomorrow and attack Atlanta game plan. And, you know, as coaches, we'll attack it when we leave here. And, you know, we just have to take care of ourselves, rest, rehab, do all the things. And, you know, like I said, win or lose, you got to re-attack because they come quick. So another chance to play at home, another chance to get a win at home, but nothing's easy, so we got to be ready to roll.
Coach, right here. Azuree and Kelsey as two leaders on this team. This is a complete 180 from what we've seen in the last couple post games. There's a lot of jokes, there's a lot of good energy. How do you kind of keep that going and keep that, moving in the locker room with the players who are, happy to get the win?
Just keep winning. I mean, when you win, you're happy. Like none of us want to lose, and I think the games that we lost, we could have won them, and that was the most frustrating part that we all had to reflect on, was that they were close games. So, I'm proud of the team. We came out and put a whole game together, and we're looking to keep doing that.
Lauren Jones, Lojo Media over here. KP, this one's for you. Early, still on in your LA career, but what are your early impressions of just Crypto.com and just the fans and the environment and, just having the star-studded, what LA brings, in terms of just the fandom as well?
It was awesome tonight. There was a lot of people courtside. There was a guy, I think he was with LA, but he was talking trash to me. And that did get me going. He was like, come on. And I was like, I've been coming on. What are you talking about? But he got me going. And then in the third quarter, he's like, see what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, you can take the credit for that. But no, it's been awesome. And, I think that, you keep winning, they keep showing up. And, that's what we want this to be, somewhere where it's like, dang it, we got to go to LA. This is a tough place to play. And so, just slowly but surely, we got to put wins together.
We'll go to Zoom for the last two questions. Willie Ramirez first.
Thank you. I have two, if I may, one for Coach, one for KP. KP, I could be wrong. I've been covering you since the Ace had arrived. This seems to be the most driven that you've been at the start of a season since 2022, the year after the Sixth Player of the Year. I'll never forget that media day. He said, yeah, I threw that trophy away. I don't ever want to see it. You got 124 points through 5 games. Your previous high through 5 was 93. How comfortable are you with this fresh start you've been talking about? Because you look just really happy and really driven.
I mean, the points thing is just funny. I emphasized before, I really want to win. And so I know, this system asks a lot for me in terms of creating, but then also trying to score and finding that balance. And it's not easy, right? I'm not going to get it right all the time. But I don't give a damn about the points. I'm here to win. And so, I was trying to be patient in the first half, and then I knew in the third quarter I had to be a little bit more aggressive. But Willie, I've been on a mission since I came out the womb, so I don't know about driven. It is what it is, and you're just in a different position of being asked to hold more responsibility. But I think that I've always been a driven human being.
Lynn, your first 2 years at Utah were KP's last 2 at UW. How nice has it been to now be on the same side?
Yeah, it's a lot different. I'll tell you that. It's way more fun to coach her than to prepare for her. So I've always been a KP fan and have loved what you just heard. That's her. The essence of Kelsey Plum is. It's really not about she plays with joy. She loves to play the game, and she's like a kid in a candy store on game day, and that's contagious. It's fun to be around, and it's fun to coach. But she's not happy when things aren't going well, and that's contagious too. But I've always been a fan, and now I get to work alongside her and hopefully chase down some things here with the Sparks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.